Hi, everybody, and welcome to Tuesday Talks with my friend Jacy Moonspirit and myself, Spirit Soaring. You're stressing me out. Oh, really, you are. Because you're stressing so daggone much. Quit stressing. How? Find Zen. Uh, these are typical answers from me, okay? So, I'm sorry.
I would like to state for the court, I have been his friend for years now. I have asked these questions myself. These are the actual answers he gave me, and I'm going to walk you through each one so you don't do what I did.
Take it away, Jacy. You're stressing me out.
Right. This is how the conversation always starts. Jacy, I can see you're stressed out. You're stressing me out at this point. Sit down. Let's deal with this. It's fine. It's on. It's at 5%.
There's a plug right there.
I don't know if it'll work for that phone or
It
not.
will.
I'm over here.
So am I.
Anyway,
Hi, everybody.
back to what I was saying.
Stressing me out.
Conversation always starts stressing me out. It's either me to him, most often me to him, but sometimes he'll say, Jacy, you're stressing me out. Sit down. You need to medicate. You need to do something. Something's not right here. Find Zen. What that means is you need to go to your happy place, okay? Your happy place, your Zen spot, your mind palace, however you want to refer to the sacred space that occurs between your two ears. You go into the place where that is peaceful. You go into a place where you have room to breathe and think and actually be. This is what you could call the seat of your soul if you really want to get super philosophical about it. But that is the part of you need to tap into in moments when you're stressed, because stress is basically what happens when your outcome doesn't match what you wanted and your body has a reaction and throws its own little temper tantrum and causes an emotional spiral that you then have to say, wait, I'm the one running the circus. I'm the one who's in charge of these ponies. I got to get things under control. That's how we go into the Zen space. We're like, am I being mindful? Boom, got it. You're in the Zen space at that point. You are mindful of how you react from that moment forward. Helps with karma, makes things easy.
Yeah. It also keeps from stressing those around you out. Look, stress like laughter and tears and a
Doubt,
couple of other raw
depression.
emotions are actually communicable,
Mm-hmm.
almost to the point of being communicable diseases. Look, you walk into a room laughing,
It's infectious.
people will look at you strangely, and then people will look at you oddly, and then somebody will crack a smile, and then somebody will chuckle, and the next thing you know, everybody in the room is laughing, and nobody knows why they were laughing. Same thing with stress. If you walk into a room stressed out like Max's monkey, hair all standing on end, everybody's going to look at you, and then everybody's going to look at you oddly, a raised eyebrow thing, and then the stress bug is going to start to spread, and you'll see somebody will scratch under their chin, somebody will stroke their beard, somebody will scratch behind their ear, or they're all stress maneuvers, all stress tells. Eventually, everybody in the room will be showing their stress tells, and you will be Max's stressed out monkey. Still, so be mindful. You walk into a room and everybody in the room is a stressed out monkey, leave. It's the best course of action. You can call somebody in the room and try to talk them down if you want to. Odds are you're probably not prepared for that either. So let's just back away gracefully and let them calm down on their own. Right?
Yeah.
Says the person who walks into the room.
Hi, I'm Jacy, and sometimes I'm Max. Max the stressed out monkey. Why? Because Jacy has a different way of dealing with things than most people, and that's weird, and I'm working on it. My way doesn't work for everybody. My way is to say, okay, I have to approach this from the Zen point. I have to get into the Zen point. I need to be in the Zen point. And that keeps me in the transitory state. So my new thing is I'm just gonna live there. I'm just gonna live in that spot, and that's where I exist. That's it. That's all the monkey gets. That's the Zen spot. There is no monkey. It's just how I like to live. It's where I like to exist. And when things start trying to affect me in my Zen space, I'm supposed to have the mindfulness to sit and be able to process without losing my center. I would also say there's another trick that I have been using when I do go out to places where, because I work in a restaurant environment, I don't always get the benefit of leave the room when people are stressed out.
Right.
I work in a bar and grill. It's always busy on Friday night. So when I go in and it's been a really crap day there for the other people, I do something like when you put it, I call it steeping, because instead of stewing, I need them to steep. I need them to take some medicine. So I just like turn on the faucet of the good vibe that is me, and I just let that pour out. And then I poke at them a little bit. I'm like, how was your day? Go over to this person. Hey, you doing all right? Hey, you need anything? Hey, are you okay? Hi, I'm going to tell you a joke. I'm going to run your food. Like, I poke at them,
So
and then they
bring
diffuse.
mirth
Yeah.
to diffuse the
Yeah.
situation.
I diffuse
See,
them,
that's-
but it's
that's
like
a-
a tea thing.
That's a
for
good
me.
diffuser. I like to use laughter to diffuse tense situations, stressful situations. I have other tactics as well
Mhm.
that work equally as well given circumstances at hand.
Mhm.
Depending on the monkey that I'm having to deal with, I may just go ahead and go full rage freak on them.
Which
Yeah.
is sometimes called for.
Because sometimes when you're in that stressed out state, the only thing you know how to respond to, react to, is the rage monkey.
Mhm.
But some people don't react well to the rage monkey, so you have to be able to read the situation. You have to be able to evaluate the situation.
Mhm.
So I don't want to walk into a room that has my sweetie in it and go all rage monkey on somebody, because then there's another rage monkey in the room.
Right.
So what I do if my sweetie's in the room and I'm having to deal with somebody that's gone over the edge with stress is I try to walk them out of it by
Mhm.
recreating what stressed them, at least for them.
Mhm.
You know, what was it that actually bugged you? Oh, okay, so it was something sort of like this. Yeah. So you work out what actually stressed them and let them see that those stressors have been removed.
Right.
Um,
It's
yeah,
very funny that we're like, guys, find the Zen spot. And then we're like, I also sometimes have to go full rage monkey. And yes, those two things do actually get to exist in the same spot. We're people. We
I
have
can go
all
full
the
rage
feelings.
out here and in here still be in my Zen spot, because for me to go full rage monkey, actually rage out, that's something that I walk away from myself.
Mhm.
So if you see the outward rage monkey, you have to ask yourself: is he laughing? Did he just tell himself a joke? Why is the rage not hitting his eyes?
Right.
Look, his ears aren't red. If he's really raged out, his ears are like beet red.
Right.
What's going on here? He is playing a role for somebody.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Jacy. When I get really stressed out, I get upset. I get very angry. And then I'm a rage monkey for a little bit because I run into these corners in my mind palace and I'm like, I'm hitting a wall. I know I'm supposed to be okay, but I'm not okay. I'm doing all the steps. It's all supposed to be okay. And then I remember that's an expectation. And I'm stressing myself out because I'm not okay. And I'm lying to myself. And then he pulls a rage monkey on me and I'm like, nah, I've seen you mad. You're usually like purple. You're so red. And it goes from like here to here and you can see a hive. And I'm like, nah, there's no way. There's no way he's playing my ass. Pardon my French, but it's true.
Well, I am Heyoka.
That is another point we wanted to bring up. People are losing track of Heyoka, which is weird because we talk about Heyoka every week. But
They've lost the meaning in the hyperbole.
mhm,
Um, Look, what that means is I reflect what's around me.
mhm.
What it means is I've already walked through this stuff backwards and forwards so many times that I know the answer and you need the answer. So I'm going to show it to you by reflecting it back at you. What that means is I've danced in the storm and gotten my butt bit, and I live to tell the tale. What that means is I've done what you're doing that's going to get you hurt. I survived it. You probably won't. You might want to listen up.
Right.
Um, the Heoka among you, they've lived the hard life so they can give you the answers first. The Heoka among you, if you don't listen to the answers, we'll give you the answers in a more brutal fashion, usually by reflecting back at you exactly what you're doing to yourself. This is something that's quite stressful for a lot of people, including the Heoka, because it forces the Heoka into
Uncomfortable situations.
medical situations, political situations, environmental situations that don't actually represent who they are as a person inside.
Mhm.
So be mindful of the stress that you generate, and the stress that you walk through, and the stress that you walk away from, and help those around you, help those that need the help they need. Ha ha ha.
Mhm.
Ha. Tell a joke, crack a smile. Go ahead.
Um,
You're
yeah.
funny.
I actually went to Spirit this morning and said, "Can we talk about stress on the show tonight?" Because I think it's important to distinguish between the mental thing and also I thought of it as like the tension you put on a bow before you shoot the arrow. And I liked that for myself because I love the feeling of getting it right. And when I'm able to finally see the other side of when I'm stressed out and I'm bugging like crazy, it helps because I'm like, okay, I've stepped out of that and I'm at peace at that point. Like when I finally get through whatever stressed me out, even if I just have to have a conversation or take a breath, crack a joke, something, I'll get to the other side of that and I'll live for that. So I'm like, this is just tension to get me to that next breathing point, and from there, I'll just move forward, and this won't even be on my radar anymore. That's how I like to deal with stress. I don't like to even get stressed about the same thing over and over and over again. At that point, I'm like, this is a cycle. That means there's a lesson here. That means I have to walk out of something. I need to figure out what it is and do it. Because to me, I look at stress as just a lesson of expectations.
Me, I just use it as energy.
Yeah.
Y'all were so stressed out last week. I got 3 paintings out.
Right? He got 3 paintings out because if he paints, we're all calm. It's just one of those things we do, you know?
Um,
We all have our little things that we do that make other people's lives a lot more calm. Let's be creative. That's another one you can add to your maybe this would work for me kind of things.
anyway, we just wanted to have a little talk with you about stress, about the hazards of stress. It causes health problems, it causes mental issues.
Causes dysfunction in relationships and environments where you don't want them.
Yeah. Also, we wanted to talk to you a little bit about the things that you can do to work around stress,
Mhm.
like finding humor, finding a companion hobby, finding things that actually de stress you naturally. Uh, Reverend L mentioned one today. Sex actually does de stress you naturally.
Mhm.
It's not for everybody, but for some people, it's a great thing.
Right. For me, it's showing myself that this might not be the way to deal with it, because I'll laugh at myself if I think that kicking a ball at a fence is going to make me less stressed. I tried that this week. The ball soared over the thing and at an oncoming car, which I then had to run out through my house around the block to go get my baby's ball. It's like, I'll try stuff just to laugh.
Yeah, we don't need to try to relieve stress with physical exertion.
Right. I was like, this one doesn't work for me. But I'll laugh at it.
Well, I know somebody that goes and cuts down a tree every time they get stressed. Eventually, they're going to cut down way too many trees.
Exactly.
Because they stay stressed all the time.
Mm-hmm. It hurts the mother we walk on when you do that. Hell, you're going to run out of oxygen the more trees you cut down. You got to start planting one every time you get stressed and talk kindly to it.
Yeah. Better course of action.
Right. Much more restorative.
Just, we've gotten where we are because we let ego, id, whatever you want to call it, take control when we were stressed out. We have found ourselves in a world that's polluted, overrun by governments that don't care about the people they govern, populated by people who really don't understand the people sitting next to them. One of the biggest de-stressors I know is getting to know the people around me, getting to know about them, what makes them tick, what makes them laugh, what makes them cry. Because, yeah, sometimes even a good cry is a de-stressor. I like to find out new things about the environment I'm in. That helps me alleviate some environmental stressors. And I like to read about a lot of different things.
You give your mind projects.
Yeah. So find what it is that helps you de-stress naturally without violence, and enjoy that for a minute while you're thinking about the things you need to do, want to do, and can do. Leave the things you feel you cannot do out of the picture. They just add stress. Peace and blessings, everybody. We hope you have a wonderful night. Come back tomorrow night and see my friend Jacy Moonspirit and my better half sings with owls as they wow you with some wonderful witchy wisdoms and some wacky tile work. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings.